Hello, my name is Jared Crebs. I'm pictured here with my wife Crystal and our dog Tasia. We live in San Antonio, Texas. We're Emerald Directors, co-founders of Team DSI, and tonight's training is the year for a 2017 breakthrough. 3 keys to your breakthrough. So these keys are something that I learned from Tony Robbins, and I have mentioned this on previous webinars, but I haven't gone deeply into it. And this is a really key part of success in your business. And when I learned this from Tony Robbins, it's like I reflect on my 11 years in the company, and I think, you know what? That is how I was able to be successful in USANA, and I didn't even know what I was doing. And now that I actually know these 3 keys, I consciously apply them every single day. And I want to share them with you because if we're all applying them, and many of you are probably already applying some of them, but when you're consciously applying all 3 every single day, your business can't help but have a breakthrough. So I hope you have a pen and paper handy. I hope you're ready to take notes. I hope you're ready to apply these things, because these are some critical things that really, when you know the theory behind it and you know why these things give you a breakthrough in business, then you're going to do them a lot more consistently. And so the first thing that I want you guys to know and to write down or screenshot is energy comes from psychology. It's the way you think and feel. So, sometimes people say, well, where does energy come from? Some people will say, well, energy comes from food, right? If I eat the right foods, and you do need to eat the right foods. But energy doesn't come from food. It doesn't come from sleep. Some people say, if I get a good night's sleep. But have you ever gone to sleep, or have you ever been like really tired, and then you get some news or you get something that happens, and then all of a sudden you're jolted with energy and you can't go to sleep like all night? So your state doesn't come from those things. It actually comes from the way you think and the way you feel. So that's the real key before you go out and build your business, is make sure that you're thinking well and feeling well. And it's easier said than done, but that's what this is. This is about managing your state. You absolutely have to stay in a good state, a positive state. And the key to staying in your state is gratitude. Write that down, gratitude. That's one of the main things. And when I'm every single night when I go to bed, I write down 3 wins. Write this down too if you're listening. Get a gratitude journal, and just like I get a little notebook from HEB, just a little kind of probably $2 notebook, and every night I write down 3 wins. I write down 3 things that I can improve, 3 ways I can improve, and I write 3 new things that I'm grateful for, like new things that I've never been grateful for in my life. And then I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for. And that puts me in the best state before I go to sleep. Gratitude is the key. Trading your expectations for appreciation. See, we can all achieve our goals, and I'm about to go into the 3 keys to a breakthrough. But one of the things that, even when you get your goals, it's your state. I mean, how happy would achieving your goals make you feel? Right? Probably pretty happy, but it wears off. The way that to stay happy consistently has nothing to do with achieving your goals. And trading expectations for appreciation is the key to keeping your state good. I'm going to give you an example. So, for example, I expect to be already a 5-star diamond director. I think I've been in this 11 years. I should already be at the very top of the company, and that's my expectation. I need to trade my expectation for appreciation. Thank you so much for all the great people that I have, great people in my life, great success that we have had as Emerald Directors. Thank you for this journey. And I'm going to trade my expectation for appreciation. You might think that you should be further along in your business. That's an expectation. Trade it for appreciation. Appreciate all your clients. Appreciate even your struggles. Appreciate what you've had to go through to have the success and to know what you know. I'll give you another example, and this is something that you can use in your personal life as well. My wife, for example, Crystal. I can't remember exactly what happened. I think it was like she didn't do something, like she didn't clean the kitchen, or she didn't do something that I expected her to do. And I, instead of being in an upset state, which I could have been, I said to her, I said, "Baby, I'm gonna exchange my expectations for appreciation." And I just started talking about the things I appreciate about her. I appreciate how easygoing you are. I appreciate all the things you do to help our business. I appreciate all the bookkeeping, the admin, all the webinar posts, everything you do for our business. I'm not happy that you didn't clean the kitchen, but I am going to exchange that for appreciation of you right now, and I know you still will, clean the kitchen. And so that's just an example of, like, exchanging the expectations for appreciation. And your gratitude and your appreciation is a good way to keep your state going, right? But there's two other things, okay? And write these two down. The other thing about being in state is emotion is created by motion. So I'm going to go into some of these other slides. The energetic shift can be made in just a few seconds. Okay? It's not what you say, it's not how you say it, it's the state in which you say it. And so emotion is created by motion. The way you move determines the way you feel. So when I was listening to Tony Robbins, he basically talks about how, okay, it's good to be appreciative, right? Like I think I've already hit home that point, that we need to appreciate and exchange our expectations for appreciation. But the next step to take it to the next level is emotion is created by motion. So when you put on good music, like a song you really like, and you like jump up and down and you kind of get yourself in a state, you're happier, you're excited, you're magnetic. You're in a great state. And so everybody will listen to you. And so it's best to, before you make your phone calls, turn on a song that you like, rock out to it, jam out to it, sing to it, jump up and down to it, but do it intentionally. See, it's only okay usually for people to get excited about, like, if they win the lottery, or if they are at a sporting event, or if their sports team wins, a game or a championship, they get all excited and they cheer and they get in a great state about a sports event, and it's okay. But if you get excited just for no reason, you're kind of like weird. Well, guess what? I want to be weird and rich instead of, poor and average, right? So I want to encourage you guys, get yourself in state. Actually put on some songs that you like. Jump up and down for a couple minutes. Get positive, get excited, and then make your phone calls. I cannot tell you how critical this is. Emotion is created by motion, and you can do it in a few seconds. You don't even have to listen to a 3-minute song or a 5-minute song. You could do it in a minute. But just get yourself in state, jump up and down, get crazy. In fact, if you're listening to this webinar right now, I want to challenge you to get up, get your blood flowing, jump up and down a little bit. This is really how you change your state, and then go out there and make your phone calls. All right, so this is obviously one of the critical parts of your breakthrough. You have to control your state every single day. And if you feel bad, don't make your phone calls. Go take a nap, get back in state, and once you feel good, then make your phone calls. Then go to your mixers. Then meet with your prospects. So it's really critical that you manage your state, and you do that every day. In fact, that's my goal, is to live my life in a good state, whether things are going for me or not, because no amount of money in the bank also will solve that. Obviously we have to save, we have to do the right things, but our state is really the key. There's so many rich, miserable people in a horrible state. That's not living life abundantly either. Okay, so the next part here is, why do you want your goals to come true? It's just because of the feeling that they will give you, right? So like, you might want to own a house outright cash. Why do you want to have that? Probably because the feeling of security. Or maybe you want to have all your debt paid off. Why do you want to have all your debt paid off? The feeling that it will give you. Or have so much money in the bank, or buy this type of vehicle for somebody, or whatever your goals are, right? Be there for your kids, send your kids to a private school. I mean, whatever those goals are, why do you want those? It's because of the feeling that they will give you. Wouldn't it be amazing to just feel the joy of accomplishing your goals now before you accomplish them? Okay, I'm going to repeat that question. Wouldn't it be amazing to feel the joy of accomplishing your goals now before you accomplish them? You know how kids, when they're like they're little, they play house, and like the boys pretend like they're, the dad, and the moms or the girls pretend like they're the mom, and they play house, and the kids pretend that they are, you know I don't know, that they're not. They just pretend. They just it's just like, but they're just being that. And so that's what I challenge you to do. And the way that I do that is every morning when when I open my eyes, the first thing I do is I put two hands over my heart, and I think of three things I'm really grateful for in my life. And this morning I thought of being really grateful for my parents, really grateful for my wife, and really grateful for LaRue Epler, who's one of my mentors in my life. And I thought about gratitude, and then I visualized the feeling of achieving my goals, of being an executive one-star diamond director, of having a certain amount of money in the bank, of giving a certain amount of money, of having our systems done, of having so many gold directors, which all of you on the line I expect to be. And I visualize those things every morning. And I've been visualizing like that for years, guys, years. And that's how I draw leaders to me, because I visualize, and I visualize that in the mornings. And so I want you guys to put yourself in that, just give yourself 5 to 10 minutes every morning. When you wake up, put your hands over your heart. Think of three things you're truly grateful for, three relationships, maybe three moments in your life you're truly grateful for, and put yourself in a good state, and then visualize your dreams coming true. You have to put your attention there. And that goes into the number 2 part of the breakthrough. So we've already talked about the first one, which is your state, but the second one is your story. Okay, remember there's 3 keys here. So far we've only talked about the first one, but the second one here is your story. Now, your story. I'm sorry. I got to go back one. We don't talk much about strategies in this training, but the reason why. Let me just recap here. The number 3rd one is your strategies. Now, when you build your business, you have to follow good strategies. And we're going to review in reverse order. We're going to start with strategies. But I just want to say that your strategies are in the Team DSI systems. They work. You just have to use them consistently. A lot of times your business isn't growing just because your numbers are low. If your numbers got high, you're doing the same things, doing the same calls, same scripts, make the scripts your own, give the scripts your own energy, that your results will go up. Leanne Jacobs said it best last week when she was the guest on our webinar, is you just have to increase your numbers. Many times there's nothing else holding you back from success in your business except numbers. Literally increasing your phone calls, increasing the amount of people watching videos, increasing the amount of people you have at mixers, increasing the amount of 3-way calls that you're doing with your upline. I want to challenge you to be doing 3-way calls, guys. That's one of the main keys to your business. Use your mentors on 3-way calls. All right, so your story is what requires more work. All right, the strategies. There's lots of strategies out there that work, and again, our systems are there for you. You can obviously try other strategies as well, but why reinvent the wheel when we already have proven strategies? The next thing here is your story. Now, guys and gals, your story is actually what requires more work. We've talked about your state, and you do have to control your state, but your story requires an equal effort. And so let me just explain to you. First, identify the story that has been holding you back. I want you to figure it out right now, and I want you to text it to me. Those of you who have my cell phone number, or if you're my friend on Facebook, send me a private message right now. Tell me the story that's holding you back. Send me a text. I'm waiting for a text or a private message on Facebook. Basically, what that is people say, I don't have enough time. I build my business, and I have a job, and I have kids, and I just don't have enough time. Or maybe their story is, I'm divorced, and my husband or my wife left me, and I'm scarred, and I'm healing, and I just need time, and I can't do anything right now. Maybe their story is, I'm too young. I'm too young. People aren't gonna going to respect me or pay attention to me because I haven't been successful in business. Um, maybe your story is I'm too old. I'm too old. I don't know technology. Maybe that's your story. Whatever your story is, you have to figure it out. I'll tell you my story. My story is I don't know how to create gold directors. Like that's been a problem for me going to the next level. And so that was what I wrote down in the training is I don't know how to create gold and above directors, like new golds and above. And so what Tony Robbins says is you got to figure out what your story is, and then you have to change the story. Okay, so you have to rewrite your story and tell yourself your new story every day. So I just got a text here from one of our team members. My husband isn't working USANA with me, and I'm so old already. Okay, so that's your story. So you have to rewrite your story, and you actually have to say, and here's what I did. I actually visualized myself creating gold directors and being one of the best leaders in the company. My story is now I create gold directors easily and effortlessly, and I wrote it down on a 3x5 index card. And I am mentoring 3 or more people in each of my legs to make $1,000 a month and then $1,000 a week. Every single day when I go brush my teeth, I tell myself my new story. Write that down. When you go brush your teeth, tell yourself your new story twice a day. If some of you maybe brush your teeth 3 times a day, whenever you go brush your teeth, tell yourself your new story. You got to change your story, guys. You have to rewrite your story. I got another one here from an associate on our team. My story is I'm too comfortable in what I have achieved in life and the money I currently have saved. Okay, so now there's a story, right? So change that story. And what is the new story? If that was my story, I might say I take action. I take action no matter what. I'm taking action for the good of humanity. Or I'm taking action to help other people get in my situation, in my great financial situation. I'm taking action to give back. And so whatever that story is, first it takes some courage to admit whatever your story is that's holding you back. But once you've identified that, you've got to change it, and you got to really repeat it every single day. Your new story, your new story, your new story. All right. Everybody has limiting beliefs and limiting stories. And so this is a key thing here. And wherever focus goes, energy flows. So as I tell myself, I create gold directors. I'm one of the best gold director creators in the company. I start to see opportunities to create gold directors. I start to seek out coaching. You guys know I hired a coach. I have an MLM coach. I have a gentleman that his name is Simon Chan. He's a 3-star diamond in USANA. I actually hire him. Me and my parents actually we co-hired him to coach us. He coaches me mostly. My parents, thank you so much for your support with that, because they actually split the cost with me, and they're on every webinar or on every coaching call. But it's because we want to create gold directors. We want you to be a gold and above. We expect you to become a gold and above. We know you can do it. And guess what we learned? That since we've been telling this story to ourselves, we're attracting amazing people like you. And that's really critical that we're keep telling ourselves that story, because guess what? We're going to create a lot of new gold directors and above. Rubies, emeralds, diamonds, people that even pass us up in the company. We'll be very proud. We'll be happy when that happens. Star diamonds. All right, because we're changing our story. So wherever you change your story, wherever your focus goes, energy flows. Right? I got a text here. I'm working my butt off to be your next gold director. Thank you, Renee Martinez. There you go. We're attracting it now even more. We're getting it in texts. So you guys got to change your story, okay? Remember, you got to keep a good state. Visualize in the morning, put yourself in a good state. Always count your blessings at night. Write them down in a gratitude journal. Those of you who do this, I swear to you, I know not everyone's going to do this, but the people who do, watch out in your business. You're going to have a breakthrough. Write down your new story. Every day you go brush your teeth, go read yourself your new story. Read it 10 times. In fact, look in the mirror, read it 10 times. and just get on fire with your new story. Give yourself that. You deserve that. Why live with a limiting belief? Okay. And then the strategies. We already talked about the strategies, but you have to apply it. You have to apply it. So this last slide says your state, but we've already covered your state. Remember, the keys to your state is trading your expectations for appreciation in every aspect of your life. Okay, that's really one of the key things about fulfillment. Then obviously doing the gratitude journal, and then getting yourself in state. Turn on some music, get some motion going. Also, working out regularly is really good for keeping you in a good state. So obviously, I know a lot of you work out. Maybe some of you who don't, maybe you consider working out a couple days a week, because that's going to help your state. Your state is your life. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your bank account. It doesn't matter how much whatever resources you have. If you're in a bad state, you're in hell. If you're in a good state, you're in heaven. And if we all take care of our states, then we can create an amazing life for us and our families. No one's perfect. No one's going to be in a great state all the time. So I want to end this training with just a little tip for when you do get pissed off. When you get in a time where you just can't help it. You're just mad. You're just angry. There's just no way you can get out of it. Because when you're in that mood, when something really tease you off or gets you angry or gets you upset, you can't get happy right away. It's too big of a jump. You can't, it'd be fake. So the way that you do it, if you're really upset and you're just like, you're just in a bad state and you know you're in a bad state, that's the first step, is to just know, hey, I'm in a bad state. But the second thing is just to appreciate something, okay? Like appreciate your breath or appreciate something else. And you basically got to pull yourself out of a bad state by appreciating little things. And eventually when you get to maybe appreciating, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 things, then maybe you're okay, right? Maybe you're not still in a happy high state, but you can get yourself out of it with a little appreciation. So I'm not trying to say be a robot. No one's perfect or whatever. No one's going to stay in a great state 100% of the time. But you got to have these skills and you got to know what it takes. Okay, so to recap again, the 3 things, just to recap our training. You have to control your state every day. Change your story. Write it down on a little 3x5 index card and repeat it every single day when you go brush your teeth or when you're eating food, or take your story around with you. Give yourself a new story. You deserve that. Wherever your attention goes is where energy flows. And then the last thing is you have to follow good strategies. Our Team DSI systems. Literally, we've made a 6-figure income for 2 years in a row just from doing these strategies and working with our associates doing these strategies. So we have the strategies. You control your story. You change your story. You change your state. You're going to have a breakthrough in 2017. I want to thank you for attending this webinar, this training. I look forward to hearing about your breakthroughs in 2017 and visiting with you at an event soon.